What is going on, everybody? This is JMO back again, bringing you another hardcore domination gameplay. And pretty much what's been going on is that I haven't really been playing as much as I normally do. Normally I play every day, but lately I've been getting a little frustrated at the game with some of the changes that they've made, like kill trades and just little things here and there. It could also be that maybe I'm just getting a little burnt out. And normally when that starts to happen, what I end up doing is I don't play quite as much. I may play every other day, or maybe take a couple of days off from playing and then get back into playing, and I start having fun again. So this gameplay is not about me complaining about the game. This gameplay is about me pretty much having fun again. And this is actually a couple days after I had not played the game, and so what I decided to do is I decided to run the Vulture Dragonfly, which is the epic version of the Vulture. Now look at this real quick. Now here I made the mistake. Normally when I'm about to finish capturing C, I like to start shooting at the doors, just in case an enemy comes in at the last second and try to kill us. But I made the mistake of relying on the teammate, which I saw looking at the door, and I figured, okay, it's captured, the teammate is looking at the door, and again, I just made the mistake on relying on the teammate. I should have done what I normally do. But as I was saying, I'm running the epic version of the Vulture, which is the Dragonfly, that will pretty much, just fly around the map. And since I'm just having fun, I know that the Vulture is one of the most annoying score streaks to die off, so I figured, you know what, let me see if I can catch the enemy slipping and them not wearing blind eye. And if they don't, this Dragonfly will actually get you some kills, again, if the other enemy is not using blind eye. So, I figured, okay, once again, let me see if I can catch them slipping and not use it. Now, as far as what's going on the game, you see that we only have A captured, and as you can see, the enemy has pretty much, been holding onto B for quite a while, and so the few times that my teammates end up going for C, they end up getting killed. So pretty much what I decided to do is, since I keep on seeing my teammates spawn over and over and over again, that pretty much tells me that they keep on dying over and over again. So I've been pretty much hanging around the A side for the most part, see if I can catch a few enemies slipping here and there, because if I actually do end up going after C like I did a little bit earlier, as soon as we capture C, it seems like the enemy right away captures A. So what I decided to do was just to camp out one side of the map and wait until I start getting my score streaks. Once I start getting my score streaks, then we can go ahead and try to capture other areas. But at the moment, once again, it seemed like if I, just like you saw right now, I was trying to head over towards the other side of the map, and as soon as I did, they started trying to capturing A. So at the moment, I'm camping it out, I'm defending, getting my points to start getting to my score streaks, and go ahead and start the second half, hopefully with, most, if not all, my score streaks. Now, as you can see towards the end of the first half, my team finally ended up, capturing C, but had I started moving A, you saw how quickly they were trying to capture, so had I moved away from A and not defend, we still would have only had one captured, which would have only been C had I moved away from A. So, you saw that we're starting the second half down about 27 points, almost 30 points. And so, that's not bad. We're only down, 27 points. And as you can see, I'm getting my score streaks. And so this is pretty much, what I was going for. Now, real quick, I've mentioned on other videos, the easiest way that I go about getting my score streaks. And so I've mentioned running the epic version of the UAV. I believe it's called the Kickback. Also the Roach, which is the rare version of the counter UAV. And that gives you an extended, time with that counter UAV running. So it'll just be a few more assist points that you'll be able to get. But just running those two is going to help you get your score streaks a lot quicker. Now running the Vulture Dragonfly along with those two score streaks, you're pretty much almost immediately going to get that Dragonfly as soon as you get both your counter UAV and your UAV. And if you pay attention to the first half compared to the second half, now you're actually seeing me move around more than you did in the first half. And that's because I got my score streaks going. So that dragonfly is going to create a distraction, with the enemy, as well as getting some kills. And you look at this. I got the counter. I got the UAV. I'm running them both. And look how long it takes before I get that dragonfly. It's not going to take very long. You see that? I already got it. And if you pay attention to the kill feed area as the game is going along, the enemy is not wearing blind eyes, so I'm actually getting some kills from the dragonfly. And now look at what's about to happen. Now this is why it's important to move even when you are camping. Even if you don't get the kill, as you start, now look at the dragonfly getting me some kills. So look at this right here. I was shooting at the enemy, I didn't get any kills, but they saw where I was shooting from. So look what happens by me moving. I ended up, catching them off guard and was able to get that easy kill right there. So even when you camp, you still move around. Don't just stay in one single corner the whole time, because you're pretty much going to get taken out very easily if you camp that way. Now, even though the enemy has both B and A captured at the moment, you saw how once I started getting into my score streaks, it actually changed the momentum of the game. It not only started creating a distraction for the enemy, it allowed us to be able to capture, more than one flag most of the second half so far, and it has allowed us to get back into the game, even though we were down almost 30 points in the first half. And it also was enough to help, my teammates to start getting into their score streaks. So I may not have moved as much from one area of the map compared to the the second half, but there was a reason behind it, and you saw why. And that was to defend that one area that we did have, and also to start getting into my score streaks. Otherwise, more than likely, the enemy would have triple captured on us, and this game would have been out of reach. Now, the reason that I think that they would have triple captured on us had I been, pushing with my teammates as opposed to camping it out, is because the first half, you saw how they kept on dying over and over and over again, and we could not hold on to more than one area if it wasn't for me just, staying on that one area defending it. Now, I'm not saying that, you wouldn't be able to come back from a game, by rushing. All I'm saying is, sometimes, slowing down the game, can also help you pretty much, come back from a game, which, as much as some people may hate to say it, slowing down the game may require you to, camp it out a little. And I know that there's some players that hate, campers, and personally, this is just my personal opinion, I think that the best teams are made of a combination of rushers and campers. You have your rushers, to pretty much, push the pace, and your campers, to control an area of the map and try to keep the enemy in check by keeping them away from certain areas and making it easier for the rushers to know exactly where they're going to be at to be able to get those easy kills for them. Now, in this game, the first half, I believe I finished 9-1, so all I had was 9 kills on the first half. It may not have seemed like I did much, but again, I did have an objective and I did have a plan on what I was doing. So even though the first half I started slow with only 9 kills, I ended up finishing the second half with only 3 kills less than the leading player with the most kills. And even though it may not have seemed like I did much, like all I did was just camping, I actually ended up, being tied for the most captures, and I ended up, leading the team by more than double the defense. So even though some people may not think that you do much by camping, a lot of times you end up, doing more than what they actually think or give you credit for. So I ended up, this match at 34-3 with 6 captures and 10 defense. Hope you guys enjoyed this gameplay, and I will catch you all later.